Hey guys, how you doing? So I just jacked my car up and I'm about to do some work on it, I think tomorrow, but I thought I'd go ahead and take this time to do a review on the STi rear trailing arms that I installed about 6 months ago. If you watched the install video before, this actually was a finding by Archer 1.8. So I'll go ahead and put his journal entry from Nasioc below, and you can just read about his build. He does a whole bunch of different stuff to his car. It's pretty interesting, lots of JDM stuff that I've never heard of before. I installed on the bottom, these are SuperPro bushings. After, I think, looking at the bushings from taking them out, I don't think it's necessary actually to have these in, but since I was replacing the rear brake plate, this one right here, I had enough room to pop out the OEM bushing and then put in these polyurethane ones from SuperPro in. But like I said, the bushings that come OEM for this car, they are there's very little rubber in the bushing, and there's a big chunk of metal in the middle area of the cushion, so it doesn't really have very much movement at all. So I wouldn't really stress out too much, or even need to recommend replacing that bottom one. But if you are looking to redo the rear backing plate for your rear brake, you might as well do this too. This trailing arm, from what it looks like in terms of geometrically, it completes really the bottom half of the suspension, the multi-link suspension for this car. In terms of, it has the rear trailing arm, the front toe link is STi, and then the rear lateral arm is also STi. All of these bushings have been changed from basically rubber to spherical metal, or basically polyurethane. After driving it for a little bit, the car became, I would say, more comfortable, to be honest. I think having all the bushings be similar in hardness, the movement became more uniform. So I think the wheel was having more direct contact with the road. It made a different sound too when I was driving through bumps. I mean, I basically chose a windy road with small potholes to try out the new suspension piece, the rear trailing arm, and the car just actually became a little bit softer in the rear. It felt like the wheel was moving in unison, rather than, I guess, in little chunks. And I think it's because you really are completing, I guess, what I would say is a trifecta of the multi-link suspension. The rear, the lower half basically becomes all spherical bushings. I think the only thing left really is a rear upper control arm. This big thing right here. I actually have a bushing, a group-in bushing I'd like to change out for that eventually. I just need to figure out the logistics of being able to torque it down. That's where the real trouble was. But this piece, in my opinion, is totally worth it. The car feels like it's tracking a lot better. It feels a little bit safer. In terms of NVH, other than that different sound that the wheel makes when it hits the potholes or whatnot, it really wasn't a huge increase. I think this was a great modification. I've got a couple mods coming up, quite a few actually, so I will definitely have some new videos coming out for the WRX. And I also got a new camera for a 360 view outside, so I like to go probably do some driving videos as well. It's a pretty exciting car to drive, so I'm looking forward to doing more modifications. Alright guys, talk to you later.